This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan Gonzalez.
Well, we turn now to a new expose that asks if the Protestant world is teetering on the edge of a sex abuse scandal similar to the one that has rocked the Catholic Church. The person trying to address the problem may surprise you. As sex abuse allegations multiply, it is Reverend Billy Graham's grandson who is on a mission to persuade Protestant churches to come clean. Catherine Joyce's cover story in the American Prospect profiles Boz Tchividjian, a law professor at Liberty University, a school founded by Reverend Jerry Falwell, and former prosecutor who's worked on many sex abuse cases. He used his experience to found an organization called Grace, Godly Response to Abuse in the Christian Environment.
Grace made headlines in February when the famous evangelical school, Bob Jones University, hired it to interview faculty and students about their experiences with sexual assault, then fired it before it had a chance to report the results, only to hire it back after a public outcry. Well, reporter Catherine Joyce joins us now to discuss this major expose by Grace alone. As sex abuse allegations multiply, Billy Graham's grandson is on a mission to persuade Protestant churches to come clean. Catherine Joyce is also the author of The Child Catchers, Rescue, Trafficking, and the New Gospel of Adoption, and Quiverful Inside the Christian Patriarchy Movement. Catherine, welcome to Democracy Now! Why don't you begin where you began your piece?
Sure. Well, in 2012, there was some pretty remarkable news that came out of Bob Jones University, which for decades has been the flagship school of fundamentalism in this entire country. In a lot of ways, Bob Jones is more than a school. It's the center of a nationwide network of Bob Jones-affiliated churches, feeder schools. They ran a curriculum business, a music publisher. It was really just a foundational institution in the most kind of extreme conservative Christianity that we have schools for in this country. But in 2012, they announced that they were hiring this organization, Grace, to come in and do an assessment of how they had handled allegations of rape, of sexual assault, of sexual harassment that had happened on their campus. And it was really surprising, not just because Bob Jones has been such a remarkably insular institution, with people kind of being born at the hospital on Bob Jones campus and living their entire lives within this kind of total institution, but because they were reaching out to Billy Graham's grandson, Boz Tchividjian, because Billy Graham and Bob Jones Sr., Bob Jones I, had just a historic falling out that really led to the schism that we see today between evangelicalism and fundamentalism.
Tell us who Tina Anderson is.
Sure. Well, Tina Anderson was a 15-year-old church member of a church, a fundamentalist church in New Hampshire. And about 15 years ago, she was raped by her church deacon for whom she babysat. And she became pregnant. And when she and her mother went to their pastor, who was, by the way, a board member of Bob Jones University, rather than help them go to the police or confront her rapist, he had her stand before the entire church while he read a confession of her pregnancy and then sent her away, essentially, out of state to deliver her child. So for a lot of critics of Bob Jones, former alumni who had become dissatisfied with the way the school handled a lot of different things, including sexual assault and harassment, this became a sort of emblematic moment. This is how Bob Jones deals with rape. They blame the woman, they send her away. And so this became a galvanizing moment, and from there they demanded that Grace be hired.